some of the people that live in the neighborhood are trying to do the right thing, but there are a whole lot of people that are not doing the right thing. And drugs have just taken over the neighborhood as far in gangs. And if someone could come to my house and see that Adam cannot go outside, then they could understand that. We have to rely on Boy Scouts. We have to rely on different groups that are positive to make a difference in our children's lives. We can't do it alone. The nature of just going camping and seeing, what God has just created so beautiful. You can't even imagine how it makes a difference in someone's life.
Asthma is this disease sort of that starts in your lungs. It's where it's hard to breathe if you're having a flare-up. To prevent it, I just try to stay away from my allergies, and if I start feeling wheezy when I'm running, I just slow down a little bit. My brother is my hero. A while back, I don't remember the date, I think it was about 2 years ago, 3 days before Christmas, I stopped breathing. And my brother called 911, flagged all the cops in the ambulance, and then he threw his first aid kit that he got from Boy Scouts on the bed and said, "Mom, do you need this?" Apparently I'd been out for an hour or two and couldn't wake me up or anything. He learned everything from Scouts.
Your 2 flashlights, extra batteries.
Your first aid kit, where is that?
Anthony Brown got hypothermia in Powder Mill Park. We did a Klondike Derby out there. His fellow scouts helped him get out of his clothes and get into some warm clothes and place blankets around him, and they took care of everything. So it's based on training. Training is the essence of excellence.
Well, it first started out when they decided that there was a need for special scouting or scouting with disabilities. So what we try and do is take them to social events where they're with a lot of people. It takes about a day, maybe up at camp, and after the day, we're in.
My father's a head scoutmaster.
Are we under control in here?
And I am,
very good.
All right.
I am a
Great job there.
head scout, head cemetery leader.
Good.
My age is right now is 40.
My son, who was an Eagle Scout with 3 Palms, he was presented last year before the New York State Assembly. And they all stood up and clapped. Pretty emotional.
My job is School of the Early Childhood. I am for a full-time shorter workshop with PWI, Project History.
My son has met President Clinton, and at that time we were at the National, which is down in AP Hill in Virginia, and there's 100,000 scouts there. And he picked out Dave for some reason, came over and hugged him, said, "God bless you," and signed his hat. In my scout group, we still hug. And some of these guys need a hug once in a while.
Been in the exploring program for 5 years. Everything I learned at every one of the meetings was new. It was an introduction, and as I got exposed more to all the aspects of law enforcement, I ended up falling in love with it. Over the years, it became everything I do, what I think about when I get up in the morning. The scouting leadership is outstanding. These people want to help you get further, and they have helped me get further. They're outstanding leaders, and they're definitely there to help. I was a 14-year-old who had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was a little crazy back then too, a little on the wilder side. I got that letter in the mail one day that said, inviting me to the Monroe County Sheriff Exploring Program. And I go to that meeting, and I never miss one after that. It changed who I am. It gave me the outlook on criminal justice, changed my grades. it changed how I viewed myself and how I viewed the rest of the world.
It takes a lot of responsibility trying to keep track of all the younger scouts, trying to keep them doing the stuff they're supposed to be doing that's safe and still fun. You become more of a leader. I have first aid merit badge. We have to do different kinds of first aid to get our different degrees of scouting, like first class and second class. You always want to help people when they are in need, just because you know how to do it and most people don't. My mom cut her leg and it was bleeding pretty bad, so I had to call the ambulance and stop the bleeding, putting pressure on it, and I have first aid merit badge, so it really helped to know what to do. She wants me to keep with it because it really helps later in life, helps get better jobs, colleges, and just promotes life skills.
There's so many Boy Scout programs and divisions that have touched other people's lives, not just my own. And sure, the world would be all right, but it certainly wouldn't be the same. You don't get these opportunities every day.
With the handicapped and also with the normal scouts, they've achieved a lot, and that's what it is to me, is to see them get their merit badges and how excited they do get, especially these guys.
Scouting is nothing more than a community effort to try to raise young men, and that's what it's all about.
My thing is that I really thank Boy Scouts for really becoming a real asset to my child and making the difference in our lives.
A scout is trustworthy,
Loyal,
Helpful,
friendly,
courteous,
kind,
obedient,
cheerful,
thrifty,
brave.
keen,
and reverent.
All of those things are part of Scout spirit. And if we continue to instill that into the young people that we have now, this society will be a better place.